Today, we treat the Eiffel Tower as a sacred, permanent fixture of the Paris skyline. But in 1925, the Iron Monument was widely considered a temporary eyesore that was literally rusting to pieces. The city of Paris was facing a massive financial crisis. Maintaining and painting this colossal iron grid was incredibly dangerous and absurdly expensive. Local newspapers ran near-constant editorials complaining about the spiraling costs. Citizens and city officials alike were publicly demanding that something be done about the massive metal drain on their tax dollars. When an entire city loudly agrees that a monument is a financial burden, the environment does the heavy lifting for anyone looking to run a scam. Enter the Count, Victor Lustig. Where Parisians saw a rusted budgetary nightmare, Lustig saw an opening. He realized a basic psychological truth. If the public openly hates the cost of maintaining the tower, they will readily believe the government wants to quietly tear it down. He was preparing to fake sell an unbelievable commodity, 7,000 tons of prime scrap metal. The most effective swindles do not require inventing a completely new lie. They work by hijacking a truth the public already accepts. Lustig's opening move was to summon Paris's top scrap dealers to a suite at the luxurious Hôtel de Crillon, using expertly forged government stationery. This network map shows how his confidentiality clause functioned. By claiming the public backlash to the demolition would be too severe if word got out, he created a social barrier, entirely isolating his targets from verifying his claims with outside officials. Among the seasoned industrialists in the room was André Poisson, a relative newcomer to the high-stakes Paris scrap trade. Poisson was desperate to break into the inner circles of the Parisian elite. He felt like an outsider, deeply insecure about his status among the city's heavy hitters. Lustig recognized this specific anxiety immediately. He bypassed the wealthiest dealers in the room and focused entirely on the one man blinded by the fear of missing out. A master con artist doesn't target a bank account. They target social anxieties and emotional deficits. When Lustig officially offered the massive demolition contract to Poisson, the scrap dealer hesitated. The sheer scale of the deal triggered a natural warning system. So Lustig pivoted. He dropped his polished professional facade, openly complained about his meager government salary, and actively solicited a personal bribe to guarantee Poisson the winning bid. This flowchart shows Poisson's decision-making. The bribe request directly bypasses skepticism, triggering trust. A corrupt official felt completely authentic. Confident he understood the game, Poisson handed over a massive check and a thick envelope of cash. By engineering the victim's active complicity in a corrupt act, Lustig completely neutralized Poisson's critical thinking. Within hours, Lustig was across the border, establishing himself in a wealthy, untouchable safe haven in Vienna with a suitcase full of cash. Back in Paris, Poisson realized he had been swindled. But the personal humiliation of admitting he was duped and that he had actively tried to bribe a government official kept him entirely silent. He never went to the police. When Lustig checked the French newspapers and saw no mention of his massive theft, he packed his bags and rode the train aggressively back to Paris to run the exact same scam on a new group of dealers. The ultimate operational shield for a con artist isn't a fake passport or physical distance. It is the victim's own paralyzing shame. The second attempt collapsed almost immediately. The new mark lacked Poisson's deep-seated insecurities, smelled a rat, and immediately contacted the authorities. Lustig managed a narrow escape and fled Europe for good, leaving the Eiffel Tower standing proudly against the skyline, entirely untouched by the plot. Victor Lustig didn't actually sell 7,000 tons of iron. He sold exclusivity, prestige, and the illusion of power. Today's psychological manipulation relies on this exact historical blueprint. Modern scams continue to isolate their targets and weaponize embarrassment to ensure absolute silence. The most devastating weapon in a swindle is never the forged paperwork. It is the exploitation of the victim's own reflection.